Alright, so it's been a hot minute. Well, it's been a week since I was last here. I hope y'all are doing okay. And this week, fortunately, we should be back to a normal stream schedule. It won't just be Wednesday streams. At least for a while. I don't have any foreseeable conflicts that will cancel anything. So that's good. So yeah, I'll be here today with this. I'll be here Friday, obviously, with Ace Attorney, and Saturday with more Persona stuff. And with that, I should probably recap what we were doing last time. Keep forgetting that that's not the party menu. Okay, there we go. The party menu. Last time we were here, we beat up Hikawa's Cheetah Man, essentially. And after that, well, that was the main thing we took care of. We found our friend back in the Mantra Tower. We checked in with him. We got all the way to Hikawa. Hikawa told us that we can't really find our teacher right now, which sucks, but it's true. And from there, he activated the nightmare system and started draining Magatsuchi from the area around where the mantra are. So, while I'm not positive of this, I'm pretty sure the next place we need to go is back to the Mantra Tower in Ikebukuro, because Hikawa has been draining all of their energy. That's my guess. Thanks for pause with follow. And with that, I think we can get started. Yep. That's all the things I need to cover for now. Oh yeah, and we got, I guess most notably in terms of demons, Mon Fu evolved to Arabaki, which is pretty damn good. Hello, Technicolor Dusty, it's lovely to see ya. Let me save really quick, because I save entirely too much in this game, but I can't help it. Hope you're doing well, Dusty. We're gonna head to Ikebukuro today. My only problem right now is I got a real bad sunburn this weekend, which is not great. You just spent 4 hours compiling file paths and frame ranges. Still better than export hell. That still doesn't sound like the most fun time, if I'm being honest here. That's kind of boring still. Here we go. Ikebukuro. Let's see what's going on here. But yeah, I guess it's not exports that take like almost an hour each. Alright. So, this area is supposed to be entirely drained of Magatsuchi? Or at least that's what they're trying to do? How you doing, buddy? What's with all the racket down at headquarters? We didn't lose, did we? Define lost? Also, here's hoping our friend Lamb Sauce is okay. You're running on 4 hours of sleep, so you're okay with mindless work right now. Oof, that sucks. Hope you get some better rest this evening. Hello, Lakestone. Lovely to see you. How are you doing today? I was a little frustrated earlier because I had to deal with some shit regarding a prescription delivery that went off the rails, but now I'm feeling pretty good. I'm glad to be playing. Oh!
Sure has been a while.
Ah, yes, I forgot. We named Chiaki Chicken Nuggets. Sorry, you only just saw the link. You're making dinner? Hey, dinner's important. Good to see you as well, kissy face. The denim drip. Yeah, the denim really is such a 2000s look. And it has been a while.
I heard about the trial by combat, and I thought it might be you who won.
You're not wrong.
Getting
Hey,
here
welcome
was
in.
tough, to say the least. But I'm glad I made it.
You've just been awake since 4 a.m. because your body was like, why not? Oh man, yeah, I've had those days too. Where your body just decides you're gonna get up early and not go back to bed. It's good to see you, Ed. Hope you're doing good too. Alright. Well, I'm glad that Chiaki is here, or Chicken, as we've named her.
Listen,
Yes.
there's something I've been meaning to tell you.
Like a good something you've been thinking of, or a bad something?
I finally decided to play by the rules of this world.
Okay.
I'm sure you already know, but there's a purpose as to why this world exists.
Yes, the world is supposed to be reshaped into a new world. You've been sleeping better, that your schedule's not back to normal yet? Hey, I mean, that's actually really good to hear, nevertheless. Improvement is always gradual with humans. No matter what we do, things are gonna take time. Okay, yeah, you wanna... What do you want to reshape the world as, ma'am?
To create a new one. And I want to be the one to do it.
Okay.
I know that sounds crazy, believe me.
Yeah.
But then I remember that voice.
The voice?
I heard it the moment the world changed. You must have heard it too, since you survived. After we went our separate ways, I started thinking,
Oh my. Also, you've discovered the wonder of unsweetened chewing gum. Chewing gum is actually really nice sometimes. It's the denim leg warmers that get you. Those are a choice. I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that her shoes also look like denim. I also kind of love the way that this scene is framed.
not only about what I should be doing in this world, but why the world had to end up this way. And sooner or later, it hit me. The previous world was full of waste, clogging up our thoughts and choking out any real progress.
Oh boy. Are we gonna get to hear all of our friends' high school philosophy views on how we should be changing everything? Because, I mean, at least the idea so far of we're living in too much excess is less extreme than Hikawa's I want to make a world of absolute nothingness, but I'm a little concerned as to what she means by waste. She has the denim aesthetic, probably listens to the Eagles, and has a crystal collection. Wow.
From an overabundance of things to an excess of people.
Wait. Chicken? Chicken, are you Thanos? Are you Thanos? Are we Thanos snapping? Oh no, the new world is being recreated by a 16-year-old nihilist. We're doomed. Yeah, I would wholeheartedly disagree with Chicken here.
We ran out of useful things to make and meaningful things to do. All we did was kill time.
I would tend to disagree. We're still making new useful things, God, how many years after this game was released? And in terms of meaningful things to do, honey, that's a personal thought. There is no objective meaning to what we do. You gotta make that meaning for yourself.
What the world really needed, it just wasn't getting.
This can of worms has not aged well. No. Even in terms of, like, overall media viewing of this perspective, it's very much become, at least since Infinity War, a bit of a meme. But also on top of that, a little awkward in this day and age. And yes, here I am killing time with this game. Well, you know, we're also kind of hanging out with each other, so it's not totally just playing a game. So...
It's true that I lost everything. It was the saddest thing imaginable.
I mean, yeah, you and two of your friends were presumably some of the only survivors of the destruction of the world.
But I survived the conception. I was chosen to be here. That's what I believe. And that's how I'm going to carry myself.
Okay... I don't like your point of view any better than Hikawa's, honestly. Can't we just go hang out with Filet-O-Fish and go home? Because that seems the most reasonable so far.
Even though a part of me is still grieving.
Are you sure that all of this isn't just your unhealthy response to grief, madam? Because, like... It seems like, to me, you could make the argument that her character here is looking at the perspective of losing everything in her life and trying to rationalize that there is a value to the loss of the people and things that she no longer has. Which is an understandable perspective from that logic, but kind of messed up. You can say literally anything and it is a waste of time. It doesn't change that it exists. No, I think everything that exists has some level of value. And you're grieving her fashion sense, oh god. I mean, I do understand where this mentality could arise from. And there, again, like, weirdly enough, when I look at this game, I see a lot of what seem to be aspects of Buddhism that are just taken to the extreme, where someone completely misinterprets and misunderstands the idea. Again, if we look at it from, like, that perspective, we could look at the idea of letting go of worldly attachments, again, applied in a very different direction here. Still, both her and Hikawa's takes on it are incredibly unhealthy, in my opinion.
I know that if I bear the pain, I can open up a world of limitless potential.
But it's not, though. The world we already have is technically a world of limitless potential. Like, there is no reason that the fundamentals of our reality have to change for people to have potential. Unhealthy extremes here. Okay, Edelgard, calm down! Yeah, okay over there, Thanos. I mean... It's not like she's saying what a character like Edelgard is even saying, though. Edelgard's perspective is not we have to kill off half the people to make things better. Edelgard's perspective is that nobility is bad, and that a system based on merit is better. This is not even that. This is like, I'm gonna get rid of anything that I deem useless. Which, given that she's like a 16-year-old girl, is a problem. Haven't played Three Houses, but you're on the Golden Deer Boy's side. He's a good boy. I don't really want to start a war about Three Houses in my chat, but I do also like Claude's perspective a lot. That's what I'll say. You're on all their sides and it hurts. Coming into the stream, the name makes it really hard to take this speech seriously. Well, chat, you know, when you name everybody after food, you kind of have to expect that this might happen.
The power of creation will be mine.
Well, you see, Chicken, we have two people who would like to converse with you about this. Right fist and left fist. Exactly, I mean, are you a demi-fiend? Can you summon demons? Are you sure about that? Oh, that's cool, though. The effects are really interesting.
That voice, it told me I could choose.
Yes. The inherent problem with that voice and its logic is that the person who gets to choose is basically whoever's the strongest. You look forward to beating up your friends. Yeah, I kind of look forward to beating some sense into Chicken later. I do really like the aesthetics of the scenes like this in this game. I love how you start with something that kind of looks like a silhouette of a relatively normal classroom, and it falls away into close to the nothingness that she seems to want. I think that's really cool, especially considering the limitations of the console that this game was made for.
In my eyes, the world has no more room for anything superfluous.
Yeah, I don't really have patience for this sort of argument either. Nothing is inherently superfluous, and nobody is inherently superfluous. Like, what is she trying to claim is superfluous? She hasn't even defined her parameters, frankly. Though it worryingly leans on, you know, eugenics, so no. No. She sounds like high school teachers talking about your career choices. God, you're right.
That's why I want to create my ideal society.
No. We're not eugenicsing the world.
A paradise ruled by the strong and the worthy.
And there it is, everything I said about this sounding like eugenics. So, who are the unnecessary people then? The weak? What, do they just not deserve to exist because you find them worthless? Because, yikes. Stop that. Yeah, no.
The world of Yosuga.
No, fuck Yosuga, we're not doing this.
You fought your way this far. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
Alright, I'm pretty sure the correct answer for everything in this game is I need time to think, which is hilarious. Philosophy from that philosopher. Leonidas Gallia wants his character arc that. Beef thinking. Yeah, so rather in line with the fact that we're playing Demi-Fiend is just kind of a bit of a Chad over here who, you know, cares more about his fists and building up his body strength than anything. I'm fairly certain, and I might be wrong, so it'll be interesting to see what ending we get at the end of it. The answer to all of these questions is, I need time to think or I don't know. Because if we say no, I don't, it pushes us towards the opposite ideal, which is essentially Nihilo, which we also disagree with. What we're aiming for is going back to the real world, essentially. So if we agree with Chicken, we go to her world, which we definitely don't want. But if we disagree with her, we go to Hikawa's world, which we also definitely don't want. I am the strongest, but I kind of disagree with this, so I'm gonna go think on this. Trying not to upset your friend. Oh no. Oh no, Beef is terrible at conflict resolution. I need time to think.
That's fair.
Yeah, also, you know, you're talking about the strong rolling over the weak to the guy with 27 strength. Oh god, this is when your friends argue and ask you to pick Side Simulator. Yes, welcome to SMT. At least it's not Fire Emblem Fates with your family argues and asks you to pick Side Simulator, because that one's a treat. I would be willing to play that game sometime on stream, actually, but I'd have to figure out how to set it up with Citra.
But I trust your judgment. And I believe that one day, you'll come to the same conclusion.
You shouldn't trust my judgment. I just came here to check on lamb sauce in the basement. But from your sounds, it seems like you wouldn't want him to exist. Okay. You've made all of us very uncomfortable. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
From now on, I'm gonna start collecting Magatsuhi.
So, Chad, I think we need to basically just collect more Magatsuhi than everything else. Who's the strongest now? Punch you. Right now, you're specifically on the side of Filet-O-Fish. Keep calm and study artifacts for science. By that logic, I would tend to agree with Lycosone. Filet-O-Fish also seems like the one who most just wants to understand this world and get back to where he was. Or Hijiri, rather. I keep forgetting that everyone's names really aren't food.
I'm not so sure where to start.
Yeah, good luck with that. You're a human, so... This is basically just an arms race now. It does appear that that's what this is escalating to. The real question is, at the end, who are we going to agree with?
But since Yosuga is the reason of the strong, I have to do what I can on my own.
I will say, personally, out of all of these reasons, Yosuga is by far my least favorite in essentially every interpretation of it. It's just inherently eugenics heavy and ableist and very squicky.
I'm glad I got to tell you all that.
Yeah, I mean, if you considered reading some, like, humanist philosophers, maybe?
I guess I'll see you around.
Maybe, let's hope not.
You and I survived the conception. I know this meeting won't be our last.
Like, also, how did she go from, I want to go see if I can find our friends, to assuming that all the weak have to be eliminated from the universe? Like, she's worse than Thanos. At least Thanos' thing was random. This is just targeted. Ugh. Bye. Chicken. Chicken left. Alright, I'm gonna go save because we just denied her. I am not a fan of her ideology, so we're not going to go with her. That simple. Good riddance that she left. Woohoo! Chat also does not particularly seem to like chicken right now. Alright, let me save. If there's one thing I have some level of annoyance about in this game, it's that, and I think this is true of, honestly, a lot of SMT games, but it's particularly severe here, there's no real safe area that we can kind of walk around and buy things without getting into battles. Everywhere is unsafe. Like, in SMT4, they have the underground area, and there you're generally safe from monster battles. Or monster battles. What am I? Demon battles. But that's not such here. Also, out of all the philosophers you've read, Epicurus is your favorite. I can't say I'm familiar. I'm not super into philosophy as much as I'm into psychology. So, I would say that's probably colored my worldview a lot, is the fact that I like psychology and anthropology, and not so much philosophy. It's definitely a different sort of perspective. Whoa, that felt good. That felt really good. This Momofu is like, who are you? And we're just like, I'm you, but stronger. Well, the fact that we met Chicken here implies that we are in the right spot, at least. So there's that, I guess. Oh, hey. One diff stun if you let me go. Yeah, give. Ah. Alright, that's a shame. You could have been spared. The real dumbass here is you. Literally, one hit from death. Haha, I fooled you. I'm going to kill you now. Nope. You would think you would fight monsters in the underground. Well, essentially, in a portion of Shin Megami... I'm gonna try to say this with as little spoilers as possible. In a portion of Shin Megami Tensei 4's gameplay, it involves you going through a city of Tokyo in which the subway stations and underground railway system are kind of the safe zones for humanity. And in those areas, there's some of them that have been essentially cordoned off with safe areas for people to exist. And that gives you an area where you can kind of just walk between places to heal and buy items and learn info and check what vague side of the morality meter you're on, though unfortunately it doesn't give you a real number, and which would really help. I'm losing power. Well, you think maybe we could free lamb sauce? I'm gonna go see if we can free lamb sauce. So SMK is Metro confirmed. Yeah. I know you just wanted to make the Undertale reference, but I wanted to vaguely explain what I'm talking about in terms of, like, game development slash... Not game development, game design logic would be the better way to describe what I'm thinking of. Because the game design logic in this game feels very different, which isn't necessarily a bad thing for the record. Wow, that was like 3 feet. Do you mind? Nice try. Nice try again. Epicurus basically believed that the best way to live was to maximize the joy and intellectual pleasure experienced by oneself and those about you. More of a positive than stoicism. Interesting. Super vague, but basically the basics. Was he the food guy? There is the YouTube channel, Epicurus, which I believe are the ones who do the 4 levels videos. Those are fun. What's wrong? What happened? Why are all the prisoners escaping? Fuck yeah. Alright, hold on. We gotta go check on the lamb. If everyone's escaping. And then we can go look at the more important stuff going around in this facility, like if Gozu Tenno is okay. No. We gotta check out our human friend first. Also, that implies that that's a very interesting name to base a food-based company off of. Can I one-shot these yet? Not quite. That's a shame. That would be cool, though. Really, the end goal of Beef is to be able to one-shot almost everything in the world, isn't it? This is the builds. That's it. We just want to one-shot all things. I don't think this is quite gonna die. No, it's not. Ooh, crit. Wow, you must feel very powerful. Right now, the wild encounters. What is this Pokemon? The encounters don't seem that bad. The wild encounters, I'm pretty sure they're all demons, Pika. Hey there, how you doing, Niue? Me tired. Me hate this. Me don't care anymore. Maybe you guys should leave the building? It seems like a bad idea to stay here right now.
You're back.
Hey! You're alive? How you doing? Do you also have a very twisted view on how the world should be shaped?
Our teacher's not with you, is she?
No, you're starting to sound a little less like Yosuke now.
Damn. Even you couldn't pull through. I was counting on that demonic power of yours.
The 2000s fashion hurts. I mean, it's very 2000s fashion.
Mantra's finished. The Nihilo's gaining ground. And we still have no idea where our teacher is.
Nope. I was told that she is the goddess of creation and that we won't be able to find her. So that doesn't bode particularly well.
What the hell are we doing in this world? Like a couple of clueless idiots.
Alright, that's an assessment slightly closer to how we are. The cat is kind of nice, the rest you're not sure on. I don't mind that hat. I think that the top half of his outfit could probably work if you were going for some aspects of more modern fashion. But the fact that he's wearing it all on top of jeans with this massive devil-themed belt buckle and cowboy boots is just so much. It's just so much of everything.
Guess I'll have to place my bets on that prophet guy.
Who?
Oh yeah. There's supposed to be this really incredible mannequin out there.
A mannequin?
They say he can see the future. He actually predicted the fall of the mantra.
Okay. Are you putting your trust in psychics, Lamb?
Maybe he can tell us about our teacher and what we should do from here.
Yeah, consider. Place your bets on Beef. Beef will protect you with Fist. I heard how that sounds after it came out of my mouth, but we're just gonna not think about that. You're... I mean, I do think that it does show off a lot of his character. I don't think it's a bad character design necessarily, but it's very of its time.
Last I heard, the mantra caught him and sent him off to prison. If anything, he's probably still there.
Which prison?
So, I'm gonna head off to Kabukicho and look for him. Not like standing around here is any safer. Figure I might as well take my chances.
The last time you went outside, the god of thunder fucking hit you into a wall.
Lates.
Oh man, that's 2000. Lates. Okay, well at least he's not spouting eugenics. I'm still a bit worried about him though, to be honest. Come on. Why? I mean, the nice part about having Arbaki is it blocks physical. Also, did Lamb Sauce bring a lifetime supply of eyeliner with him, or is there a demon in this world who makes more? I mean, he probably brings his makeup with him everywhere. But also, I don't know, Loki looked pretty fabulous. Did you see the hair? We're gonna be here a while. I really do not like these Oni encounters. They take frickin' forever. I really wanted to go see, not this area, but I want to go check if we can get through that other door. You really just want this to take forever, don't you guys? Loki definitely has a makeup line. I suppose that's canon now because we said so. God, it's way too hot out today. I had to turn my air conditioner off for this because it's really loud. Can you guys leave, please? Stop it already and please become deceased. Well, was this the room that we could only get in with a certain amount of strength? Because if I put on this Magatama right now, would that be enough? Because that's 30 strength. So let's go put on Kamudo for now. Ingest Kamudo, rather. Heal me a bit and see if we can get through the door. Okay, I mean, this is less obnoxious, to be honest. There we go. Only one left. Oh no, Agi. The most terrifying spell. There it goes. At least they dropped some stones that we can trade with rags. Like, is this the strength door? You forced the door open! It was 30 strength. I thought so. Nice. We have become strong enough to open the mysterious door in the Mantra's basement. Will I open it? Absolutely. The Magatama Gaia. Okay. What does that do? So I guess we'll have to technically up like all of it. Wow. Wow. It's not gonna give us any skills for a while, though, is the thing. What is Kamudo giving us next? Whatever might is. I've been sticking with the one that nulls mind for a while, because nulling mind seems like a good thing. I don't really want to do dark magic, but that does look like a good thing for later. We are strong pants. I mean, we're really strong arms, for being honest, but we do have a nice, reasonably strong stance also. Alright, I'm glad we got that door open. I want to check out the other side of here with the mysterious gate that we couldn't get through earlier. I might run to the fountain first. This would have been so much better if they put a fountain in here. Because then you wouldn't have to continuously run between the two areas if you want to, like, play cautiously. Which I always tend to do. I wonder where other doors like that are located. I know there's supposed to be a few hidden around the map. And I know we're technically not being completionists, because that's a specific ending. But, no, I'm already on that. My attempts to menu quickly strike again. Hi, would you leave? Oh. Do you have a spare chakra drop? No. Now, if you'd excuse me. Oh, well, it left anyway. So, like, in the grand scheme of things, who cares that I didn't give it a chakra drop? I don't really need an Echolotto right now, so bye. I kinda need those. They heal us. MP. I haven't even played Royal since I last streamed it, and I'm still calling MP SP. Gosh. Let's see. Yes, I'll return to Ikebukuro. Ikebukuro sounds like a place that has a fountain in it. If we can get past the gate, that'd be sick. If we can't, then... Kabukicho was where he said he was going? I don't know exactly where that is. I don't think we've been there. Have we? Is my memory failing me because I've been playing this over the course of too many weeks? It might be. It really might be. Let me check real quick. As I thought, we've been to Amala, Shinjuku, Shibuya, Ginza, the underpass of Ginza, and Ikebukuro. We've not been to wherever Lamb Sauce just ran off to. And I assume the fact that he told us that he was going there implies that we also will have to go there. You know. I will say another addition that came much later in this series, not until SMT4 Apocalypse on the 3DS, was quest markers. Those would have been a really nice thing to add in an HD remaster, I'm not gonna lie. Their presence is sorely missed. Tried. It really did try. At least my map isn't tied to a spell. True. We don't have to cast Mapara in order to be able to see where we're going here. We just need to be able to continuously open the map menu. Upright, 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 second door. Admittedly, even for the era it's in, the environments in this game are really cool looking. Okay, we get it. We attacked first. That's another thing I really prefer about this series is entries that don't have random encounters. At least in Persona 3 Plus and in at least SMT4, I'm not actually sure which SMT game it was added in. You can just, you know, play. What's going on? My power is fading away. I'm not risking my life just to protect this damn gate. So are you gonna leave? That sounded like you wanted to leave. Why won't you leave? Ugh, fine. The remaster probably helps a lot, but in general the amount of random glowy bits pleases you. The particle effects are nice. I think that the distance that you can see in the dungeons without having to have red fog cover everything is improved from the PS2 version. It's probably even nicer if you have a higher end laptop or PC or, you know, are playing this on PS4 or especially PS5. But I'm on the Switch because my PS4 has no space and getting a PS5 is like pulling teeth. I do know that it would be nice to have improved frame rates on the channel and that it would honestly probably be easier to get one of those than build my own PC right now. But getting one while it's theoretically within a budget I could afford is impossible to do right now without, like, botting. And I'm afraid I don't know how to do that. I would like to be honest, at some point, get one, but especially because I wouldn't really be dealing with the problem of PS5 controllers drifting like Joy-Cons tend to eventually. Also, knock on wood that the pair of Joy-Cons I'm currently using doesn't start to drift. I've been treating them very delicately, so fingers crossed. I'm gonna go back to the overworld and see if we can figure out where we're going. What was I saying? So I wouldn't really have that issue until we're playing games that are specifically for PS5. I checked and my old reliable blue PS4 controller would work for everything we're playing right now. The only issues I can foresee is that my copy of Royal that I've been playing is tied down to my PS4. So I'd need to get the save data probably transferred because it's a digital copy. Okay, let's get out of here. You good? Hey, you. How come I never seen you before? You come to Ikebukuro knowing it's the home of the mantra? You bet I did. Cocky little bastard, ain't we? Well, you're in for a real rude awakening. I'll admit it takes guts stepping up to us. But if it turns out you're too weak, we'll rip the guts right out of ya. Alright, I mean, you're probably someone I should have spoken to when I first got here. But I'd be happy to kill you now. Neon glowy bits Evangelion. Oh my god. I mean, that's a sentence. Oh, goodness. Yeah. It's working so well for you. I don't even know why I'm focusing. It's just kind of fun too. I admit the fact that you can just kind of focus lunge through this game has made strategy somewhat less interesting, at least for most random encounters. Arabaki proves its worth by blocking physical. Indeed. Okay, so this is Ikebukuro. I mean, would it help if I actually knew my way around Tokyo itself? Probably. Would I have learned that with all the video games I've played so far? You would hope so, but I haven't. It's more of these. I don't want to deal with them. Okay. I thought that was a building I could enter for a second, but it doesn't appear so. Okubo. Maybe it's down there, but how do I get down there? Takadana Baba, I think? Yeah. Arabaki is the official mascot of this run. What? Did y'all just attack me before I even got a chance to start? That's, again, strikes again my biggest frustration with this random encounter system. It'd be like if you run into Pokemon in the grass and half the time they just attack you first and one-shot whatever you're using. Because that looks like it could poison me. Wuss. Zoshigaya Cemetery. Have we been here before? I feel like we have. If you travel north of here, you'll reach Ikebukuro. All the mantra demons are there. Go in peace. Oh, yes. This is where we got out of the great underpass of Ginza. Okay. Ooh, I'm lost. I suppose the other place we might want to check is over the overpass from Ginza over here, because that seemed to lead to a different area than Ikebukuro, where we fought monsters that were similar to the level that we saw at the top of the Mantra Tower. If you'll recall. I'm starting to think that's the first place we should check. So, I'm gonna go do that. If I can get out of here without being accosted every 5 feet. By things that I'm pretty sure everything in our party can one-shot. Yep. Alright. don't really super want to use a guide for this game because it has been a while since well, it's the first thing I think I've played on this channel completely blind. Okay, not completely blind, but it's like the first playthrough we've really done. And I only really want to look things up when I'm super unsure. Oh my god. Excuse me. That was incredibly rude. Yeah, my only guess is that the area we're trying to go through is past the overpass. It's gotta be, right? Okay. At least it isn't a puzzle adventure game. Those would you'd absolutely need a guide to. Yeah, I don't think we necessarily need a guide to this. And I think I have enough background info from what I've seen in previous people's, like, runs and in, Gnarly's video about playing this game without buffs that I can kind of at least guess. Greetings, hello.com, good to see you. About what we're supposed to be doing, and it hasn't been too obtuse so far, to be fair. Most of the time, the most obvious answer appears to be the correct one. And right now, the most obvious answer is that the area I accidentally went to when I was trying to find my way to Ikebukuro to meet Gozu Tenno is probably the spot that I would have to go to continue the story, because it had a bunch of enemies that are at the level we're at that nearly killed me when I accidentally wandered over there earlier. So, I mean, yeah. Let's see, agate. Agate's a good thing to have. Nice stone. So I guess we're going back to Ginza, where we just were. I will say I'm really glad there's a fast travel system, because otherwise this would be super obnoxious. Rocks are great to chuck at people, can confirm. I have some questions about that. What kind of rock do you mean? What are you doing over there? Agate. Good rock. I mean, it is. Did I link? Yes, good, wonderful. Alright, we're gonna head out and see if we can figure out where Lamb went off to. Chicken, after giving her big eugenics speech, did not give any indication of where she was going, so we're just gonna not worry about her and hope that she doesn't figure out how to gather Kagetsuhi. You leave this with no explanation. Did you throw an agate at someone? Because it sounds like you threw an agate at someone. So this is where the Nihilo were. And we can't go in still, probably. The Assembly of Nihilo, the door is tightly shut. I kind of like that brings up a screen that's reminiscent of old adventure games. Okay, Tsukiji, Tsukishima. I'm gonna go over this bridge. Because there were also Formions on this bridge, and we saw those in the Mantra headquarters, correct? Yeah. And I was leveling up so much before we were fighting Matador around here, which was not something I would advise anyone really do. I would mostly just advise that you fuse some demons that are not weak against force attacks, because it makes it... No, not again. I do not want to deal with angels one-shotting me and making me have to redo all my progress, because that was the worst. The overpass with the Formorians. However, the goats. You know what I mean. The goats. The goat dudes. The Tokyo Bay Bridge. It has goats on it. Though right now we're only seeing these guys, which are incredibly weak. I'm not necessarily complaining, but they are, kind of, just in the way. Okay, Shiba Ora, because we are not where we were before, which bodes interestingly. Oh my god, this is just a lot of enemies. I mean, they're all very weak enemies, but it will be able to get at least one attack in on us, and that is an attack we are weak to. Ouch. That's the problem with the birds right now, is my party is particularly weak against force. What does this guy have to say? 'Cause this region is the Nihilost's top priority. That's why security here is super tight. Okay. Shiba. Like the dog. Yeah, I'll take the cat. You're not a cash cube. You're a succubus. Madam, how dare you? Puppy. It's like former Ian's. What a name. Not a puppy. 0 out of 10. Takara leveled up, strength increased by 1. Heat wave. I prefer that to Kamikaze, to be honest. Okay. I have no idea if this is the correct area to be, but I'm looking. This is also Assembly of Nihilo? Second entrance. The door is tightly shut. Oh, fuck. Were we supposed to come here earlier? Because I totally did not come here earlier. Because I thought I was gonna die. Yeah, see these birds. These ones that killed me last time. Shibanishi. Was it Yurakucho that he mentioned? Yurakucho Station. The entrance is closed tight. Alright, chat, I'll be honest, I think I might be kind of lost then. I should have written it down. You guys are real annoying, you know that? And I say this as someone who has one of these on my team. Or in my stock. I don't really have it on my team currently. Unless we're meant to go talk to Gozu Tenno again, which I wouldn't necessarily put the game past just doing that. Cut it out. I don't even have that much health. Like, come on now. You act like you're this huge annoyance. You do plenty of damage. It's really the only problem here. Can you die? Can you please just die already? How much health do you have? More than your friends, it seems like. Which is weird. Oh my god, 10 EXP away. This is gonna end up like the first time I played Final Fantasy I, and I wandered across the entire map several times before realizing where I was meant to be. because I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but leave me alone, giant birds. Why are you the only enemies here? Okay, I don't think this is the right place then. Which is a little annoying, but... The crows have taken over this part of town. If only the crows were not strong against half my party. Oh yeah, speaking of, there's some things I gotta do regarding that. Yes, it's okay. React violently. Warm light engulfs the area. Your party fully recovered. Okay. That kind of would have been nice while we were in the middle of a dungeon, but I'll take it. There's gotta be other... Leave. Nothing that can do insta-kill spells is allowed. So we know that the area on the other side of here is important to the mantra, I guess. Oh my goodness. Come on. There we go. Yeah, useful, you guess? I mean, it's pretty useful. It saves us a little bit of time. Probably. Man, the encounter rate on this bridge. Is it just me? Probably just me. Oh no. Drastically lowering our attack. At least we're getting some money out of it? Yeah, no, that's a very high encounter rate. Daiba... Because if I can't find anything out here, I'm just gonna go back and see if we can talk to Gozu Tenno. That's the only other idea I have. Nope. We need to kill 2 of these first. Then we can take out the former Ian over here. There are too many birds on this bridge. Far too many birds on this bridge. Far too much of everything, really. This is Harumi Warehouse. Was this where the Great Underpass of Ginza is? Because if so, then I don't think we need to be down here. Oh yeah, it totally is. Okay. I'll eventually memorize the map. I'm just not as familiar with it as with other games I've played. Oh, it's one of these things. I got one of them earlier. I guess we haven't really explored anywhere more around the entry of the game. But I don't know why they'd want me to go back up there necessarily. Unless more areas have opened up to us. The face ball looks like it'd be a weird 80s, 90s toy. There's a lot of weird 80s and 90s kids' toys out there, if we're being honest. No, that's just Weird Ocean. This map is pretty empty, all things considered. It's a lot of stretches of just random encounter. Goodbye, former Ian. Yeah, I'm just gonna call them former Ians now. It already exists. Mad balls? I don't remember what a mad ball is, and I'm a little scared to be shown, to be honest. I guess I'll go check around Shinjuku. Probably. That's what you were reminded of? Man, I have blocked out any image of what those look like. Do they have faces on them or something? Is that why they're called that? Wrong door. Sorry, sir. Should we check on Rags while we're running around the entire map?
Welcome. Take a look.
We don't have any jades.
Anything else? Take a look.
Full HP recovery for the party. I think that's worth my aquamarines. Very useful. Doesn't mean we can't get any more to Traja Rock, but the best NPC. We stopped in to see him and give him some of the gems we're gonna be gathering while I try to figure out where the plot is. This is why I'm like, man, wouldn't it be really nice if we had like a quest marker? Or even just a place to organize our list of quests. Because I am missing that feature from SMT4. Or from, well, honestly, a lot of games now that I think about it. Hello, Fountain Lady. Figure I'd stop by. We'll have a lot of maca. So there's that. Link. Yeah, we haven't really been around Shibuya that much. I guess. I don't think we technically need to go to the labyrinth because that's optional? I mean, we did beat Daisojo, so if we wanted to give Totally Not Satan there another one of the menorahs, we could. Okay. Man, we haven't been here in a long time. It's worth looking around. Okay, you are an introduction NPC. That does not bode well for this being the right place to look at. Buchko is here. Yeah, something tells me this is not a place we need to be. Oh, okay. A singular enemy. Very intimidating, clearly. Oh? Yoyogi Park. Now, something tells me we'll need to come back here, but probably not now. The Lady of the Fountain is hot. You creep me out, sir. The door is locked from the other side. Right, yeah. I think we are in the wrong place. I think we should go talk to Gozu Tenno and see if he tells us to go beat up the mantra again or something. Maybe. Because I am clearly just about as oblivious as Beefkins is right now, because I'm confused. Lost soul. You just heard that as giving Satan fedoras? Oh no, that's not what I meant, but that is certainly an image. Well, it seems like at some point we'll have to come back here, but some point is definitely not now. It's fine, don't worry about lamb sauce, I guess. Let's just go talk to a big, strong man at the top of the tower. Yeah, I'm also not really sure what that item in the bottom left corner of our screen is. I'm sure it's fine. And it only showed up here for some reason, I think. Okay. I guess we're going back to Ikebukuro, because I am out of ideas of where else we would be going right now. I've been wandering around for like half an hour, so it's enough wandering. It's either in here or somewhere around here. I wonder if any other hats will take on as specifically cursed of a meaning as the fedora once has now. Once did, or not once did, it still has. Please. There's so many enemies. Well, it tried. It really did try. Arabaki was a good investment. We're just gonna go up. We'll see what Gozu Tenno has to say about all of his energy being drained, and yeah, that's about all I can think of in terms of what else to do. Because we know Lamb Sauce went somewhere. I don't know where to find that somewhere. Unless it's back down in the underpass somehow, but I don't think so. Okay. Arabaki's life. It really is right now. There's the elevator. Let's go to the elevator. It's fine. Don't worry about anything. Hey there! Those Pretas have gotten hungry and left. That's not ominous at all. Those were the ones that consumed the ones who lost in the tournament. Oopsies. I really don't like fighting Onis. They don't go down too easy from punching. Why did I not go over here? There's a door here. Oh, well, I guess we're going over here now. Oh, sir. Leave. Too much HP. Too much defense. Is this just stairs downwards? Okay. No. Not particularly necessary. How are you doing, buddy? Not great? Demon Judge? The mantra are done for. Yeah, it really does suck to be you guys right now, doesn't it? I'm not really a part of the mantra, technically. You gave me power, but I didn't say I would join you in exchange for that power, so... Okay, come on. Jack-o'-lantern's nearly level 25, I guess. That's cool. I really haven't fused a lot of demons this playthrough. I guess this isn't really hard mode, but... Oh my gosh. Please. Leave me be. Just leave me be. There's so many enemies in this game, man. Jack-o'-lantern is attempting to change a skill. No. Jack-o'-lantern looks disappointed. Jack-o'-lantern wants to talk to you. Yeah, I'll listen at least. That was a great fight. A real he-hoot. You're powerful, ho. A real he-hotshot. Here. A token of my friendship. I'm he-honored to fight at your side. It's a treasure rock. Okay, thank you. Fusing demons feels a bit darker than fusing personas, since they have a lot more personality of their own. Yeah, like, personas are more of a manifestation of facets of one's own personality coming together or moving apart, which is a bit less creepy of a concept than, like, fusing together two clearly very conscious beings. Admittedly, it's a lot creepier in Persona 5 than it is in, like, Persona 3 and 4, because in those games it's just like, yeah, we're gonna fuse together our cards. And then there's Persona 5, which is, Persona 5 certainly has fusion. That's for sure. Well, I don't know if I like this new crest corner. Warcry is not fun. Do not like Warcry. Rabaki going last is annoying, but I can deal with it, I guess. Next game should be Fusion Dances. You mean like Steven Universe? I admit I haven't really seen that show. I saw like one episode and didn't really think it was for me. Oh, you think DBZ. I'll also be honest and say I didn't really watch much of that either as a child. I know friends and family who did. Me, not so much. Admittedly, my parents were reasonably protective with what I was watching, which I can't blame them for. Did I just walk in a frickin' circle? I think I did. God dang it. I walked in a circle. Everything looks so similar in these dungeons. DBZ was more of a show that was just around for you rather than something you actively watched. Cooking Mama. Persona 6 should have you throw personas into a pot and cook them. Oh god. Now that you say that, I kind of wish if you had gone for the cooking thing, then that seems like something Scramble should have done. Reasonably protective? Yes, reasonably protective. I don't think there's anything wrong with not letting your kid watch The Godfather as a child. The persona comes out stronger if you cook it right. That would be cool. The door is opening and closing in my building. Okay, come on, Gozu Tenno. Give us plot. Give us something. Because Hikawa just closed the door. which isn't helpful. And Chicken is off doing God knows what, and Lamb went off to find someone else, and now we have to sit through what is essentially the SMT equivalent of the Evangelion elevator room scene, but with none of the tension. You get a minigame like making poffins. Poffins and Pokeblocks. That was nice. I don't know how they're gonna do that on a console without a stylus and make it feel good, because if the answer's spinning around the control sticks, I'm not so sure. Ooh, this does not bode well, but it does bode that particle effects mean I should be here. And we can jump off the roof again. We don't have an Asuka leaning against the wall and hiccuping exactly once. Hopefully not so repetitive, though. I mean, I admit I kind of preferred Ruby Sapphire's actual rhythm-based minigame, because there was some level of, like, it felt a bit more challenging. I'll put it that way. Then again, I was dyspraxic and also, like, 9, so my ideas of challenge are probably not necessarily akin to the norm. Alright, let's go check in on Gozu Tenno. Well, you know what to do. Okay. What do I know what to do? You feel a strong power from beyond the door. Will you enter? Yeah, we'll be fine. Ooh, you don't look good.
You have returned, mighty demon.
Hey, buddy. You don't seem like you're doing so well.
Have you not witnessed our triumph? The stronghold of Nihilo was laid to waste by my army.
The berry blender was fun, didn't get far enough into DPP to actually see the Poffin minigame. Spent the entire time in the underground. Fair, the underground is by far the most fun part of those games, and I'm really glad that they're expanding upon that.
And yet, I suffer so.
Ooh. Yeah, you're having your energy sapped away from you because Sakawa's a jerk.
Behold this battered body. Magatsui escapes it against my will, oozing like a fresh wound. And the hemorrhage does not stop there. My army is falling one by one, drained of life with each passing minute.
The underground is pretty great. Unfortunately, I didn't really have a ton of friends who played those games at the time, so I didn't really get to experience much of the online interactivity of the underground, but I'm sure it'll be nice to see it in modern era.
Curse you, Nihilo!
A fair response, though I admit that your voice acting really does not match the animation there.
What sort of devious trick did they use?
You had no other friends who played it but your brother, you just wanted to dig up rocks. I was the only child that had 2 copies of the game and traded with myself. Twitchy, very twitchy.
Oh, the humiliation! I can see. The maiden. The nexus where the Magatsui gathers.
Oh yeah, there's the plot. I eventually found my way to it.
But alas, we are utterly powerless. We have no choice but to await our doom. Gozutendo. It crushes me to see this.
You picked the wrong time to eat a sandwich. You good person. Please go off screen, spaghetti-faced mannequin lady. Okay, there we go. We're good.
I will not die. My body may perish, but my spirit will live on. In time, one worthy of my power will come. It is then that I shall return. I will not let them create a world of stillness.
I would agree on that, but I also don't really agree with you and Chicken.
What good is a world without strength? I will not forget this rage. This fire that sears my flesh and soul. My kingdom. My kingdom shall rise again.
I hate to be rude, but the assumption that this is going to lamb sauce seems a little weird to me. Because the friend who this most aligns with is Chiaki/Chicken. And, I'm sorry, but lamb sauce has not proven himself to be particularly physically strong. Oof. Well, that just seemed unnecessary, doesn't it? We didn't have to kill her. She didn't even get to tell us where we need to go. The door cannot be opened. Well, Gozu Tenno is dead. Chicken, then. We were worried you'd have to do the fire fan thing. Oh, hi, Thor.
Gozu Tenno has...
Sorry.
No. The mantra has been utterly destroyed by the Nihilo's attack. The assembly of Nihilo had a higher goal than just ruling over Tokyo. We, on the other hand, did nothing more than enforce a reign of terror. That is the reason we lost.
Wow. Character growth. I'm proud of you. Good job, buddy.
And now that Gozu Tenno's name has been sullied, those who we call comrades have deserted us. You had a friend who was being held prisoner here, did you not?
Yes, the one you chucked into a wall personally.
Both of you are free to do whatever you want. I have no business here anymore.
Okay. You gonna be alright, buddy?
There is no point in guarding an abandoned city. Farewell. I will go on a quest to realize my dream of a world where the strong thrive. If you are truly strong, then we shall meet again.
Well, at least he realized that strength doesn't mean tyranny? It's something. Our saucy boy and get out of here. Didn't the saucy boy already leave on his own, though? Like, literally, when we first got in here. I love that he's just like, you should take your friend and leave. And I'm just like, I'm pretty sure he already broke out, but you know, the sentiment is very much appreciated. So does that mean all the mantra demons are gone now? because then I can get through that gate finally. But you know what we gotta do first? It's really high. Jump off? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Whee! I'm sorry I had to. It's too fun to not do. Whenever games give me something super high to jump off of and I survive at the bottom, I'm like, yes. Found out you could jump off of Notre Dame in Kingdom Hearts 3D, and I thought it was just like the coolest thing. Alright. I want to check if we can get behind the gate, because otherwise I'm not sure what to do. I hope Thor's gonna be okay. He seems a little bit depressed about the whole thing, but hopefully he finds a way that strength can be idealized, but also not, you know, be tyrannical? That seems good. You can be strong and not tyrannical. So this entire game could really be called the quest for lamb sauce. I mean, honestly, half the time we're just sitting here wondering, where's the lamb sauce? I should get like a bit alert of Gordon Ramsay going, where's the lamb sauce, for when we play this. Set that up. Didn't think about that till now, but it'd be fun. Alright, I'm gonna go check the gate one last time. And I mean, we can check the basement, but I'm pretty sure that Lamb already left without Thor's permission. I think that was more there to tell you to go get him if you hadn't checked the basement, if I had to guess. Are you two dead now? Can you... Yes, I can go through the door. Forget this... Oh, shit. This is... Forget this gatekeeping shit. My partner's already left. I let that human kid waltz way through to Kawakicho prison. I just don't care anymore. Wow. The gatekeeper that refuses to keep a gate. Hydrate. In case you've forgotten about him, your friend is here. Gatekeeper after being summoned. Farewell, Gatekeeper. May we meet you again in a more Fire Emblem-y world. The flames of the menorah of sovereignty are flickering wildly. I guess we're gonna be fighting something? Hey you, you don't plan to take the highway, do you? I highly recommend against it. A ghost's been sighted around there lately, and apparently it's riding a motorcycle. I wanna fight the motorcycle ghost, man. What? Excuse me? Why would I not want to fight a motorcycle? I mean, I want to find a save point out here first, but come on. If you travel way over there, you'll reach the infamous Kawakicho prison. Kinda a nasty place, though. It's this building. East Ikebukuro Station is shut. Okay. That's what everyone tells you about the 405. Forget our food names. The Menorah of Sovereignty is the most distracting of names. Yes, I am aware that there is an enemy around here. I'll deal with it. Probably. So somewhere far in the distance is the place I'm supposed to go. I'm sure we'll reach it eventually. We're just gonna have to deal with a bunch of the birds. I guess that makes sense. Float ball. What is this, Pokemon? Y'all are new. You seem like you'd be able to one-shot me, to be honest. I don't really like that. Can I leave? Apparently so. Is it bad that I look at all the angels and I'm like, you seem like you could one-shot me? Also, we are now again in a part of the map that has that weird glowy thing. You know, it's really cute that the game said not to go on the highway, but I'm pretty sure that we do not have a choice or a say in the matter. I guess we'll go see the Ghost Rider. Because I think we need to go up here. Could y'all not? I really don't want to get insta-killed right now. Thank you. You can feel the presence of a terrifying demon. Will you stay here? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. You can always come back, right? Oh, here we go. I don't think it's a problem that I'm fighting them all as long as I don't give all the menorahs to Lucifer.
Oh shit! Here we go! Somebody got a menorah for me!
Hi there.
Hey, there's the best right now! Fork over the goddamn candle, or I'll smear your dead guts across the road!
I guess we're fighting Nicolas Cage.
Suck on some fumes! You half-pint excuse for a demon?
Oh, you are a character, aren't you? Well, we know what to do. Default Hakaja effects get negated, but he doesn't neglect Kunda effects. Does that mean I can just Sekunda him several times and see what happens? Like... Oh! Oh! Oh my! Oh my, they did think of that. They really did think that I would do this. Okay, this might take a while. I might have to figure this out, because I'm pretty sure I need to get over the bridge. So we're gonna need some sort of help with that. Might as well set up to at least be able to do some damage. So it just gets rid of Kaja and Kunda effects, doesn't it? I mean, that's annoying, but it doesn't seem like the worst thing. I guess focus punching is still probably our best option in this case, and... yeah, that seems about right. Focus punching is... it's all you really need, isn't it? Hell exhaust again. Yeah, this thing is just gonna keep doing that. I do feel slightly bad for some of my enemies. So then if I Tarukaja up, have I already focused on you? I haven't. Is it gonna Hell Exhaust? No, that's good. That's really good. It's gonna try to attack Arabaki. That's really not a good decision. Why fireworks tonight for some reason? Is tonight a fireworks kind of night? Who knows? Pass. We're just gonna focus punch it. That worked on Ose. We'll see if it works on this. I mean, you know, seems like it's what we're supposed to do. Hell spin. That's new. It's annoying, but it's new. It'd be really good if you were the one with Rakukaja, honestly. But you have Rakukaja, so we'll Rakukaja before the end of the turn.
You're the first one to ever keep up with me!
What, are you begrudgingly impressed? You have no words. Give him what him when he deserves the menorah. Oh, come now. Tharmanor. Knock off Nicolas Cage, the wheels are on fire instead of the skull. Probably not. Okay, that's just Hellspin again, dude. You already did that. Creative, not always. This one. Sure, we'll buff up. He'll probably try to delete our buffs, but we'll buff up. That's a problem. If I can kill him fast enough, it won't be that much of a problem, but it's a problem for now. Losing Jack-o'-lantern would not be the end of the world right now. I think that's, yeah, that's just gonna give him more press turns. Which is an issue. But not the worst issue. I need to give... We have healing items. We'll give it to Takara so we can heal. It's gonna keep negating Kaja effects, so the real thing we're gonna need to do is kill it faster, I think. And the only way I can think to do that is just focus up and hope for the best. Yeah, see, if it does that, we're pretty good. Ah, fuck. That was a really bad time to miss. Is it bad that your reaction to this design is let's take his bike? It is kind of a sick bike, though. Okay, come on now. Oh, fuck. Double miss on both of our attacks. That's really, really unlucky. Like, super unlucky. Does that fuck with my focus? It does! Wow, that's actually kind of shitty. I don't like that. I really don't like that. As a game mechanic, that's really obnoxious. Also, I'm not sure Jack-o'-lantern is really that useful in battle. I want to see about getting something else to replace it. Why? Why? What did I do wrong? Oh, are you just gonna spam Hell Exhaust now? Yep, it's gonna spam Hell Exhaust. 3 times. Listen, is this the smartest move? Not necessarily. I don't think we're gonna win this battle. If the wheels are on fire, how does it even move? I don't know. Oh, already in effect. Good. Missed. 4 times in a row I have missed. Just roll a d20 and see what number comes up, because the answer is going to be 1. It's starting to get slightly less funny and more annoying. Okay, well it's an 8, but that's still terrible in this context. Has to work. Thank you. It literally was 1 hit away from dying that whole time. Are you kidding me? And we have to walk all the way back through fucking Ikebukuro in order to heal, too, on top of that. Oh. You obtained the menorah of dignity. Well, thank you. I feel like I've lost some of my dignity with how many times I missed in that battle. 420. Nice. That's real nice. I didn't notice that, but you're right. We did beat it with 420 damage. And now we have to take the long way back. And pray to God that these things don't one-shot me while I'm trying to walk back into a building. Because that would actually be my literal least favorite thing to happen in this game. Like, not even joking. If I got one shot on the way back to the save point after beating a boss, I would be upset. I would be really upset. It's really annoying if that's possible. Okay, at least nothing in here can do that. And you know what's weird? Because, like, Daisojo did not particularly seem like something you had to fight to continue the game. Whereas this absolutely does. Well, at least feasibly sometime in the future we can fuse our own Hell Rider. It really is just Ghost Rider. How did they get away with that? Fun copyright questions with Pika, I guess. Thank you. Heal up, save up, we beat another boss. Whatever. Considering how much I've been using Daisojo in my Royal playthrough, I wouldn't mind getting a hold of one here. Because that persona was good. It was real good. And I know that Shadow is also real good. It's just generally good. Off-branding characters is a powerful thing. Yes, my favorite superhero. Man-Bat. Alright. Back out where we were. I love that I ran around the whole map and the key was just to go talk to Gozu Tenno again. When in doubt, talk to Gozu Tenno. This gatekeeper should really leave. What do you want? So this is death. I will give you 180 Maka. Yeah. You obtained 180 Maka. Great, thank you. Alright, I'll take the money. No, Man-Bat is a Batman villain. Oh, I'm sorry. How did I forget that? Fine, I don't know, Raven Man. Come now, let me cross this bridge. And here we have the low-level angel. I don't like it when you miss them because they can one-shot you. And this game's save points are pretty sparse. Kagura-zaka. Mannequins are held in the Kabukicho prison, while the mantra drain every last drop of Magatsuhi from their bodies. The place is basically a giant torture chamber. Yeah, well, the Mantra are dead and Thor left, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem anymore, to be honest. Okay, the terrain here is damaging me. That does not bode well. I really don't want to deal with you. There's always Pun Man for terrible, Puna Man for Puma Man. Puma Man. Okay. Easily among the dumbest Batman villains because he doesn't have a quirkily themed gang. He's just a sad, mutated dude. That seems kind of out of touch with what makes Batman villains actually really good, to be honest. Is all the area around here just covered in poison? Is that the bit? It would appear so. Oh, Kubo. The Puma Man. He has all the powers of the Puma, plus the ability to fly for some reason. Who knows on that one? Oh, there we go. Now that Gozu Tenno's gone, the prison's just a slum for whatever's left of the Mantra. Is there a save point in here? This is Kabukicho Prison. Huh? This is just a rundown building? You got it all wrong, pal. Clearly, this is a prison. Even though the Mantra fell, there's still loads of mannequins being held here. Oh, cool. There's a mini save point terminal. Or is this the full terminal? Oh, thank God. It is the full terminal. Okay, so if we want to, we can leave the prison. What did the mannequins do to anyone? If you'll recall, the Mantra are draining the mannequins of their Magatsuhi. That's why they're imprisoned here. Same reason Lamb Sauce was. To be drained of their Magatsuhi. Yeah. No one is here. Okay. Is anyone anywhere around here? No one's here. Is this just gonna be a series of empty rooms up here? Probably. No, you can hear a voice coming from somewhere. Is there voice acting? Because if there is, it's super quiet. Mizuchi is holding us captive in his mirage. Okay. I don't know who Mizuchi is, but I'll try, I guess. We're trapped in the mirage. Okay. That doesn't sound good. Okay, I don't think it's speaking. Gozu Tenno is gone. This person now belongs to Mizuchi. I feel like torturing those mannequins in the mirage. I think I'll go do that right now. Oh boy. The demon disappeared. Okay, so there's the entryway to where we're going, I assume. The mirage. This is a staircase. Am I gonna have to frickin' cross half the map in order to get myself healing? Because that sounds really... And by that I mean fast travel to somewhere else. Because that would kind of suck, to be honest. Yeah, I really wish Arbaki was like one step further in the plan. Okay. Well, those things are weaker than I anticipated. I mean, I guess our strength is kinda high. Is this okay? Yeah, 29. Let it continue? Yes. Your party fully recovered. Great, now I feel a little better about walking into what appears to be a demonic trap. Mizuchi is too cute a name for a minor villain. No, I don't really trust anything in this game, to be honest. It doesn't really matter if their names sound kind of cute. I don't really know if I think it sounds that cute even, to be honest. It's okay, I guess. Okay, just one of these things should die in one turn. There we go. I feel like I'm very strong, though I think I'm jinxing myself by saying that. There's no response. You need something to activate it? Excuse me? What is that supposed to mean? You can hear a voice coming from somewhere. Aw, what's the matter? No, punching the painting is not going to work. Does it hurt? If you can't even tolerate this, you'll be dead in no time. You want me to stop? You really want me to stop? Well, too bad. That does not sound good. I think I'll let you off with that for today. Since I've got this little doohickey, I can come in and to the Mirage as I please, meaning I'll be back. Alright. I think he just left the Mirage. Can we kill him now? There we go, let's kill him. Who the hell are you? Wait, you couldn't be. You know who I am. I don't care. This is paradise for us ex-Mantra. Whatever you did during that attack on Nilo doesn't mean shit here. Well, time to kill you, because yikes. Some uncannily good voice acting. The screaming of ouch was unnerving, to say the least. I'm not gonna lie. I was very much convinced that whoever the fuck that was is in a lot of pain. And I think we know the answer, and I really don't want to know the answer. You obtained the Umugi Stone. Okay, give me like one sec. I'll be over there to save you, buddy. I just gotta save my game. Uh-oh. This bodes poorly. I'm concerned as to what this is going to be. I am the beef that fries in the... Are we Beef Man? Instead of Batman? I'm trying to make jokes because I get the sense that this is about to be very uncomfortable. I mean, at least the guards are weak fish. They make some very funny noises when they die. There is a mysterious wall. Will you use the Umugi Stone? Yes. You used the Umugi Stone. The building has been shrouded in a mirage. Oh. Huh. Oh dear. Ooh, the visual effects in here are ever so slightly motion sickness inducing. I can't take it anymore. Are we mannequins made just to feel pain? I think we're gonna kill whoever's in charge here. Free us! Free me! I don't want to be sucked dry of Magatsuhi! I don't want to die! Yikes. Yikes. They're draining me alive! Okay, you said the same thing as your friend across the way. This is Kabukicho Prison. The ex-mantra demons have now turned this. Strange. I thought someone was talking to me. Well. Okay, that worked out surprisingly well, and it fled. Bye! Oh yeah, the waviness is pretty nauseating. That's definitely intentional. Yeah. Who turned up the heat? Damn. And Beefman is in a shared universe with the Cake Knight. It does look like heat waves rising off the ground, but if you get motion sick easily, feel free to look away from the screen for as long as we're in this area, because I get the feeling that it's going to be a consistent effect. Water. Oh no. Oh shit. Are you just gonna one-shot me because you decided to attack me first? Because that is really bad. That's actually legitimately not fun. Just a thought when you're designing your game. Maybe don't put things that can completely and utterly one-shot the player and let them go first. Maybe that's just a me thing. Because there's so many of them that unless some of them miss you, which, granted, there's a very good chance that they will, that's not fun. For context, weirdly, as someone who does get motion sick easily, it doesn't bother you. You made yourself dizzy playing Pokemon Snap. I mean, you say that as if that's super surprising, but the camera movements in that game, I could see making someone motion sick relatively easily. Okay, now at least there's slightly fewer of these fucking things. You're still desperately trying to kill me specifically for some reason. Which is admittedly really annoying. Die already. Please, I'm begging you. I have one simple request, and that is that you leave my presence. I think it's meant to be intentionally disorienting, but for me it's not bothering me yet. It's not like Minecraft nausea filter. Leave me alone. Okay, I didn't come to bother you. I just came to check up on you, buddy. I am very, 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 very worried about lamb sauce. God, the lighting here is a bit weird there. In that hallway. I just spoke with you, didn't I? Okay. These ones I don't think are going to be a problem. As much, anyway. Yeah. The yellow guys are annoying. I should probably try to recruit one of these, but we'll see. Okay. You said the same thing as the guy downstairs. There's a ladder. And this looks like an exit. So if I exit here, where does this send me? Out of curiosity. second floor of the prison in the real world. You can hear someone. 1,000. You couldn't hear the rest. 1,000 what? Okay, well. You have to go first. This really is just on my nerves when the enemies go first. And it's not like they're doing anything. They're attacking Arabaki repeatedly, which is by far the stupidest move they can make, because it's not doing anything. Okay, at least this one tried to do something more substantial, I guess. So we sort of have a 4D puzzle here, 2 3D spaces with a direct connection. I mean, I guess there's... Isn't the 4th dimension supposed to be time? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Why are there so many options to jump into things? The Mantra's headquarters were deserted, hee-ho, so I came poking over here. But talk about scary, hee-ho! This place is the pits. Okay. Nice to meet you, I guess. Okay, this is easy enough to deal with. Four spatial dimensions, time dimensions preserved differently. There's a ton of arguments of what defines the 4th dimension. One interpretation is time. There's lots of others, too many to list. Okay, cool. Then I'm not sure. I am not particularly a mathematical theorist or even that comfortable with math. Went over it in creative geometry class. Oof. That is probably a class I would not be super comfortable in. I'm gonna assume if there's a hole that I should jump down it. Is that a good idea? No. But I'm gonna do it. Wow. See? Isn't this where I just was? Okay, well that didn't do anything for me. I'm going back into the other world then. Probably. Hold on. Down this hallway first. Yeah, I figured. Let's check up here. I really hate these. And I lunge one to death. Not like, sucks. Because their goal really does seem to be to just specifically kill beefkins. Which, fair, that would get them the closest to getting me a game over, but... if we have any hopes of clearing this area this evening and escaping from the nausea filter... wants to talk to me. Will I listen? Yeah. You're pretty good. I'll give you something I've been saving up. I hope you keep it up. A Soma droplet. That's actually really helpful for a dungeon such as this, where I'm not even remotely sure if there's going to be an area to heal. But I guess that's what life stones and such are for. No one is here. Okay. Well, then I guess we'll probably be wanting to reach this room in the other world? Probably? You know, all things considered. This place has at least 3 levels, probably 4. Alright, let's get back in there. It seems like the demons in both areas are essentially equivalent. And by that I mean entirely not terrible. Probably good for continuing to beef ourselves up on. I haven't made that joke before, have I, in all the hours we've been playing this? Boy, use the Imugi Stone, yes. Yes, yes, only the highest quality puns on my channel. That leads down. Wait, that's a downward ladder. You were a mini boss earlier. Oh, fuck. That was a bad idea. Heal real quick. My party is decidedly not designed for this thing. Duly noted, the purple ladies will reflect your physical, basically. I know it didn't say reflects physical, but that's essentially what you just did. We're apparently on the 3rd floor now. Huh? You're the demon I just talked to, ho. I want to walk on the ceiling too. Will I be able to do it once I become like the king? You mean like Gozu Tenno? Because Gozu Tenno is slightly, well, you know. Oh, this is weird. Because descending ladders sends us up. Mannequin is up to something secretive. Will you talk to him? Yes. Shit! A mantra demon? No, my spoon broke. Look what you did. I was almost done digging, too. It's your fault. I needed that spoon. I demand you take responsibility. I know. How about you get me another one? The collector mannequin should be around here somewhere. He has just about everything. Find him and grab a spoon. You got that? Remember, you did this. Yeah, no, fuck you, Karen Mannequin. I don't want to deal with your shit. You're going to assume we're headed in the right direction. I mean, I'm also assuming, but you know what they say about assuming. Makes an ass out of you and me. Can we just get this guy a shovel? I mean, I guess. I admit that my thoughts on the matter are not particularly positive. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Are you kidding me? I don't know why I'm cursing so much over the fact that I got stunned. Probably because I just really don't want to deal with the consequences of dying right now. Because there's only save points in the other world. I'd have to run all the way back here and hope that I don't have bad luck the whole time. Essentially. You know, that's the gist of explaining why I don't want to die right now, I think. Just because it would be really annoying. All things considered. And yeah, we could get this guy a shovel. He's probably been through a lot. I shouldn't be so rude to him. I can be rude to some of the demons that ambush me and make me feel really annoyed, though. What floor did you say your friend with the fucking spoons is on? The collector mannequin? I saw him as I was being dragged here. He must be below. Okay, so further in. Ugh, I'm gonna have to backtrack to this guy. All the mannequins should be free and allowed to go to their own society somewhere. It's not that I just don't disagree. It's that we're gonna be freeing the whole prison anyway, right? So, like, what does it matter if I get him a spoon? Perhaps I'm being a bit presumptuous. No one's here. The collector mannequin is further in then, I guess. I'm sure he'll trade us a spoon for some long side quest. This is a big dungeon with no healing points in it, which is certainly something. Have these been here the whole time? Remember when I said it would be really nice to put markers on your maps for things? This is exactly what I meant. When I'm sitting here and suddenly realize that there's a way for me to raise gates, and my initial question is, have these been here the whole time? It's probably not a good sign, to be honest. Oh my god. Okay, that thing's almost dead from that. Is Aragaki just weak to every elemental magic? I mean, I guess that makes sense balance-wise, but I'll admit I have annoyances with it. Please die. Thank you. And make paths in the shadow world easier. I suppose it would have been cool if they marked those in a slightly more noticeable way, because I did not see them at all. Or is this the first place that they've been? That's an actual question I have. Okay, this is a shortcut. I guess then I should check over around the other area and see if there's more shortcuts to other places. Because that's not something I can remove. But over here is also not something I can remove. Okay. Oh boy, I'm gonna be in here a while, aren't I? I'm not a fan of how much damage these things are doing. They are very good at doing a lot of damage. They don't have a ton of resources, is the problem. I can only full heal my party so many times, and getting through here and remembering where I'm going is enough of a pain as is, because I'm not... I'll admit it, I'm not really great at spatial reasoning puzzles, like, neurologically. At all. I'll specify at all. Okay. See, this thing is still in the way for me getting there. Ooh, I'm gonna go crazy in here. Okay, that's fun. You have a lot of HP. Yes, I am the sort of person who's like, I have MP restoring items, I never want to use them because I don't know when I'm going to get more. We'll get 30 strength. 30 strength is good. Please don't poison me. You've been poisoned. Okay. Well, I mean, there's worse things that could have happened. I would have appreciated healing, though. Yeah, I need to jump down these holes, and even though they clearly don't cover the whole area. Okay, has this opened a new area for me? No, because that's down. And that I'd probably have to deal with in the other world, I guess? Probably? Okay, good. You always hoard non-replenishables? Yeah, I mean... I am generally someone who hoards lots of things in video games. Okay. There's Spoon, asshole. I am aware that I am being judgmental of Spoon, asshole, for the record. Yeah, I'm aware also of how the gate mechanic works. That's easy enough to figure out. It's figuring out where you go to open them. You can only open gates in the real world, not the distortion, or whatever the hell this place is. That's clear enough, without the game necessarily needing to explain that, because you go along the ceiling, obviously. It's more a matter of me not understanding where exactly to go sometimes. And you know, despite the fact that Twitch chat is here, I'm not certain I'm currently in the mood to be totally assisted. That's another weird way to put that, I'm sorry, but backseat gaming. Definitely not in the mood for that right now. Could you not? Thank you. Not, could you not backseat game? Could you not poison me? Enemy. Oh, no. I don't mean, like... I just mean, like... If someone found the path and I wasn't super frustrated that I couldn't find the path right now, I think it would annoy me more if someone pointed out where it was that I had missed something so obvious. I don't know if that makes sense. Kinda hope it does. Okay, it tried to speak to Casa. That wasn't so bad, but it's annoying. I don't know why I'm feeling that right now. I usually don't feel that annoyed with it. Okay, I mean, these are the places I was jumping off of earlier. How does this help me? Really don't like these. Honestly, the whole thing would piss you off, you don't know? At least there's not a vomiting-inducing filter over the screen here. That's true. I think it might just be because the spatial reasoning puzzle is starting to piss me off that I would be frustrated if someone figured it out and I couldn't. That's probably the best way to describe how I'm feeling right now. Damn, this place is weird. If I'm technically on the ceiling. Should I go in from this floor, maybe? See where I end up. Holy fuck. These things really want to stress me out. Also, my health is going far too low for my liking right now, to be honest. Your spatial reasoning is trash on a good day. Yeah, mine isn't always the best, so puzzles like this are a little weird for me. Because it's like, I can kind of understand how the logic behind it is meant to work. Does that mean I can put it into practice with something this complex? Probably not. And I'm sure there's gonna be a boss at the end of this, too. So, if I'm supposed to go in on the ceiling, right? And then the higher floors are lower floors. And they said Collector Man was deeper in. Then I'm guessing I have to go in on one of the lower floor gates. That's the only logic I can follow. I don't know if that's the right logic, but it's what I'm gonna try first. You know, this is the one we keep going into, so we're gonna go to the first floor. That's my guess. To start with. We're gonna try going to the first floor. That tracks as far as you can tell. That's what I'm guessing. They said he's deeper. Deeper is lower. Lower means floor 1. How the fuck do I get back to floor 1? Is it the middle one? Because that's going up. Oh, fuck. That also looks like it's going up. Is it the stairs? It's probably the stairs. I should probably, if I'm going down towards the first save point, actually go properly heal. Because I'm gonna run out of SP at some point. Soon, on my healer. Which would be really bad. And money is a renewable resource. But droplets are not necessarily. Probably. I think. No, this goes up. How the fuck do I get down? Because that's not a gate, that's a blockage. Oh, this is gonna get infuriating, isn't it? Do I have to go to the other floor to get down, or what? Or have I not been here before? Oh, hold on. Hold the fucking phone. There's a gate. Have I not been here before? I have, but I've been on the other side, I guess. It doesn't help much that this whole dungeon is a maze. Oh, it's a hell of a maze so far. Certainly working to that advantage. I mean, I guess it's not repetitive switch puzzles. So there's that. Okay. I don't think I can run away on full-minded sushi. Oh my god. How come I can one-shot one of these, but none of you guys can? Come in. We are not dealing with Starman any longer. I can't get over there from here. Can't get there from here. Oh, this is gonna make my head hurt. tentacle furry. Yeah, somehow I doubt the game is going to be so kind as to give us some very easily exploitable weakness, unfortunately. Okay, if I go back through to the other side, will that gate be down now? I'm on floor 2. What floor will I be on the other side of this thing? 2. Okay. Oh my god. I really wish I could just turn up the cameras. Even if it was like Persona 3 or 4 style where you could kind of run away from the enemies, this would be less obnoxious. The collector mannequin? Oh, the one who talks to himself. What about him? Okay. Well, he's not there, apparently. He's a great guy. Talks to himself like a weirdo. But generally, insanity aside, I like him. You guys are very non-judgmental friends, and I can appreciate that to an extent. I would also appreciate if all these guys would just die. This is not what I meant. Need some repels. Yeah, I know that a lot of SMT games have repels. I assume this one does. Well, not repels, but like a spell that works like a repel. Or an item that works like a repel. Okay, this goes floor 1. The fuck is collector mannequin? Not there, apparently. The collector mannequin was caught recently. He's gotta be here somewhere. He's on floor, let's see. First floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor? Gosh, I'm just too broke to remember. Maybe 100 Maka will refresh my memory. Sure. Third floor, fourth floor. No, wait, fifth, fourth, third. Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. If only I had another 100 Maka. Listen, I got 40,000. Do you want all of it? Fifth floor, fourth floor, third floor. Was it third floor? No, fourth floor. Back to third again. Oh yeah, he's on the second floor. Okay, that is an answer, but a very confusing answer. What the fuck do you mean? No? How is he on the second floor? What capacity? I'm gonna go to a fountain, because I want to heal up. But then I'm coming back here and I'm figuring this out. Second floor? We were there before. What would money even do for you in a prison? I mean, I don't know. You got me there. So he claims he's on the second floor. I don't know if money-grubbing mannequin can be trusted, but I mean, I guess we'll see. Suddenly a sound ringing through my building like an air conditioner, despite the fact that my air conditioner is off, which is ever so slightly disturbing. And I mean, we were on the second floor for a considerable amount of time there. I know there's one segment of it that we couldn't get to because it was blocked off by a bunch of fucking holes. And I'm gonna wager a guess and say figuring out how to get past the holes is gonna be the answer to where we need to go. You're confused too? Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, 53,000 Maka, and this guy wants 300. That's really not that big of a deal, but I don't know if he's actually on the second floor. I mean, I'm gonna check and make sure this machine is off, because I'm fairly certain I turned it off. I did, but it continues to obnoxiously rumble. You're multitasking, so you have no idea what's going on. It's okay. My full attention is on this, and I still don't have any idea what's going on. Save. I don't know why the air conditioning is making sounds even though it's off. That is a little weird. Like, it sounds like the fan is running. But I'm certain I turned it off. I bet you he's on the other side of this frickin' pile of rubble that looks like we could climb over it with ease, but Beefkins refuses to. How much you want to bet I'm right on that? Creepy? Maybe it's the collector mannequin possessing my electronics. Our AC has been running basically since we moved it in. I can't have it on while I'm streaming because it's really loud. I mean, it's really loud at night too, to be honest, but I just kind of have to put up with it at least on low then. Otherwise, I'm not sleeping. I mean, it's a wall unit. They're loud. That's just kind of how they are. So somehow we're supposed to get to some specific area on the second floor. And that's where the mannequin we're looking for is, apparently. If that one guy is to be trusted. I might ask his friends, I guess. I would appreciate if my AC was quiet, admittedly. Quiet AC is a dream. I guess central AC is generally quieter than mall units. I don't think I like the heat, but I've kind of been dreading winter too. I like the temperature of spring, but I get so many allergies that I can't say it's particularly that pleasant either. That was a mistake. You didn't even kill it. Suck drive Magatsu. I know, I'm working on it. Where is the collector mannequin? Well, he's not on this floor. I'm aware of that much. That's kind of the basics, sir. Okay. These are Mizuchis. Is this place in an eternal... Or is there a bigger Mizuchi? really bad. I don't want to fight you anymore. I want to leave. Like, those are Mizuchis. They're snakes, I guess. It's gotta be that guy. And I've opened the door to him, theoretically, but I need to get over there. It's possible, I assume? Yes? You've got a spare no, I don't. That's so. Later. Okay. Bye. I really should probably open up a party slot so that when they want to talk to me, they can join me. Night.com, thanks for coming by. I don't know who in my party I don't really need. I guess goat? Probably goat. Yeah. Okay, but I think I opened the door. Maybe. Yes, I did. So maybe this leads to where I need to go. Come to think of it, the collector mannequin is near a hole. Try jumping into a hole. You may end up somewhere you haven't been. Thanks. I've been doing that, to be honest. I can't say it's particularly recommended. This is a dead end. Okay, I guess I'll jump into a hole. Again. Why am I doing this again? Spoon Guy? Does Spoon Guy have the key to figuring out this dungeon? No, no, no. Okay. It's one of these. Got retaliated against. Okay. My only guess is this hole. But this is the 4th floor. That doesn't help me. Can't get past here probably till I get Spoon Guy's help. I guess I can go down this ladder that coincides with that one ladder in the other worlds that leads to some holes. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. This goes down because it goes up. Yes? Are you the collector?
I know you! You're the demon I met in the Great Underpass! Huh? A spoon? I see. Okay then. You did help me with the bill and all. Yeah, I could give you my spoon.
You obtained this spoon. Thank you. I'll get you out of here, buddy. I'll get you back to the underpass. So you're saying this is the story of how your life got flipped, turned upside down? Yeah.
While you're at it, would you maybe mind rescuing me?
No, I don't mind. Oh, I'm working on it, buddy. I'm working on it. We'll get you out. Thank you. we eventually got it, I guess. It's a lot of cross-dimensional door opening, essentially. I feel very bad for the mannequins still, but... Oh, no, I don't feel bad for the Picassos, because they can use Life Drain. And Life Drain is a waste of my time, because it drains MP in this game. Could you not? No, you would not reconcile to my kind request for you to not. More enemies show up in the middle of fighting those enemies. Okay, great, good, perfect. Here, take the spoon, sir. Did you bring me a spoon? Yes, please don't be a Karen to other people. Will you hand him the spoon? Yes. Whoa, this is one powerful spoon. The hole was dug instantly. This is incredible. It dug the hole in a flash. Alright, I'm out of here. See ya. The mannequin jumped into the hole. Okay. Now what? How does this help me? Short while back, a human came. Oh, fuck. He was young. He's being kept at the top, just like Fudomimi. They rounded him up to get at his Magatsuhi, no doubt. Humans are full of this stuff. Ah, boy. Okay. Umugi Stone. How many floors does this have? At least 5, right? I think 5. Hold on. Hold the phone. This is the hole that the mannequin jumped into. Yes. Where will this lead me? You can hear a voice coming from somewhere. Damn it! I was able to escape from my cell, but I need to defeat Mizuchi to escape from the Mirage. There's a plural Mizuchis. I hope they realize that. Okay, at least they're being stupid this turn. Not that we can manage to successfully kill anything with this party right now. Our lamb sauce is in another castle. Once again, we have to save lamb sauce. He's Princess Peach at this point. He pretty much is, I think. I mean, he's a human. They're kind of squishy. And he isn't the most careful, to be honest. Will I listen? Thy valorous efforts have amazed me. I praise thee and shall give thee a sign of thine authority. Take my true offering. An amethyst. Okay, thank you. I'll take it. Those are useful. They get us stuff. Okay, we're on the other side of this wall now. Well, this is new, I think. Yep. Kind of. You can hear a voice coming from somewhere. Mizuchi is on the floor above, but in the Mirage. Okay. I can probably do that. I think I'm gonna have to go... What if I don't want to deal with this right now? I don't like that one because it can counter me. Those literal electric things are giving you more of a headache than the Shadow World filter. They're giving me more of a headache because they're annoying, to be honest. Okay, if I go in on this floor, I can finally move to the other side of it now. What if I just try to run from them? Will that help? A lot of these things in this dungeon seem tailor-made to give people a headache, to be honest. Save me. Friend. Friend for free. Yes. Ah, me haunt Picasa. We do well together. Well, that's mine now. Yoink. Wait, so we're dealing with mirages in small intervals, and this is Tokyo. So are we in Tokyo Mirage sessions? God, I wish. We are, in fact, not. Let's check on this thing that we just got. It's level 28. Has Secunda and Venom Bite. It's weak to fire, but Nolda Dark Curse in Mind. It's good, but probably not as good as what I have. It's pretty good. I'll take it. Its level implies that I really should be fighting everything in here, though. The building has been shrouded in a mirage. Okay. Come on now, Snake. I'm gonna need you to give me that friend back. And leave me outside of Vomit Filter Land. That would also be appreciated. The mannequin is unconscious. Well, that's not good. Are they all unconscious in this hallway? Bye. I don't love that it fades to white. You there, I beg you to listen. You see these doors over there? Mizuchi, the boss of the prison, is in there. Defeat him and save Putomimi, please. Working on it. I'm on it, bud. I believe that mannequins deserve their freedom. So here we go. You sense a strong power from beyond the door. Should I be doing this without saving? No. Am I gonna do it? Yes. Oh. Pisaka, not Picasa. You were thinking it was supposed to be Picasso demon. Is this thing speaking? You think you can beat me? Not a chance. I'll tear you apart. No. You think I'm an ordinary Mizuchi? You're wrong. I'm gonna torture you. Well, you already started off by being just about as annoying as you could possibly be. Can you heal while you're like this? Probably not. Okay, it can heal. Great! We're gonna dump all my money on the ground. Oh, this is gonna be an annoying boss fight. Holy fuck, that's damage. Holy fuck, that's damage. Yeah, I should have saved. That's a problem. That was my healer. Out of curiosity, though. probably should have not done this. This is a bad idea. I might not die because of that, honestly. What if I just do this in, like, the meanest, most cheesy way possible? Would that work still? Might. It really might. Magic White Snake. This one is a game that demands cheese in its bosses. Ooh, yeah, especially considering how that just went. That's the problem. Revives with slight HP is all I have now. And it's not a lot of that. I mean, I can buff our defenses to the maximum level. I'm gonna need to buy items probably off stream. Oh good, it was stupid that turn. That's very useful for me. Okay. I don't know how much that helps you. It removes 1 Secunda level, I guess. So if I use Secunda again, then it might convince it to its AI to use Secunda again. Huh? Are you getting bigger? Nah, must be my imagination. Okay. Focus. Maybe I don't need Takara. Taraka. I always say Takara. Why do I always say Takara? It's not called that. Maybe I really don't. Maybe I can just do this with 2 demons. Is that pushing it? It is. I know it's really pushing it, but I'm gonna push it. Oh, this is really silly. This is so silly. This is really silly. I mean, if it works, how silly is it really? But it certainly feels silly. Oh yeah, good. That did get it to waste a turn Dekundaing itself. The himbo punchy strats proves itself. It took a little bit more setup this time, but it still works. All we really need is punch. I swear you're getting bigger. You mean I'm shrinking? Ah, shit. Okay, that's annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna keep losing money this battle because confusion is obnoxious, unfortunately. I think it's getting close to death, though. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it was. Okay, we survived. I really shouldn't have, but I survived. We have taken large snake and made it tiny snake. We did. I don't think that should have worked. I'll give myself an agility point as a treat. Tarika leveled up. Agility increased by 1. Wants to talk with me. Sure. Here, young man, take this. A Mamudo rock. An ominous present, to be sure. You obtained the Magatama miasma. The mirage is disappearing. Well, I guess we're gonna add Pasaka to the party until, you know, we revive Jack-o'-lantern.
Are you a human? No, a demon.
Both wrong guesses, but thank you for trying. Poor Jack-o'-lantern.
I see. You are the demi-fiend I prophesied about.
Yes, Beef can have a little agility as a trait.
Thank you for defeating Mizuchi. Now we can finally escape from this prison. My name is Futomimi. You may know it already, but I can see into the near future. I've been waiting for you to come and save us. You, who are both human and demon. You may be interested to know that there is a young man trapped in the other room.
I'm a little scared by what that means, but okay.
It seems he came to see me, but he was also caught. So he's your friend?
Yes. And he hasn't made any super harsh philosophical judgments, so we're still definitely friends.
You should see him then. I sense a strange energy in him.
What does that mean?
I am concerned about the other mannequins, so I must be going. Thank you again for saving us.
Also, Futomimi, I appreciate that you do not twitch as your brethren do.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Futomimi does seem like a really nice guy. They saved a lot of voice acting for the back half of this game. They did. Oh no, lamb sauce. We'll check on him before the stream ends, I'm sure. Futomimi left. Okay. Well, he's gonna go make sure the other mannequins are okay. We're gonna... Hi, buddy. You okay?
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
Yes, Yosuke. I know we took, like, a solid hour figuring out the spatial reasoning.
Don't tell me you came to save me. Too little, too late, don't you think?
Excuse me. We're both in one piece. I'm sorry.
I don't want your apology. It doesn't change a goddamn thing.
Well, never mind. I guess we don't really have any friends anymore.
It's obvious I can't count on you or our teacher anymore.
You ran off on your own.
No one's gonna help me in this world.
You ran off on your own on multiple occasions, and I kept coming to try and check on you and save you. And this is how I am treated. This doesn't sound like friend dialogue. No, it doesn't. I don't think Beef has any friends left.
I'll have to survive on my own.
I killed the thing that tortured you.
When this world was created, I heard a voice that told me to search for the truth. At the time, I had no idea what that meant. While I was locked up in this room, it came to me. Truth isn't something other people can give. You have to find it within yourself.
There are jokes I could make about the voice actor, but I really can't.
And I opened the way without relying on anyone.
Uh-oh. It's your own fault, buddy. God, this again. Miles Edgeworth disagrees.
The Amal in that work. What I'm looking for is in there. An awesome power that'll lead me to the truth. I hear it. It's calling to me.
Chat, wasn't Satan in there? Oh, Lamb disappeared. I really shouldn't feel as sad about that as I do, but so much of this game has been running around trying to protect him that I actually feel really bad, despite the fact that, like, the main character of this game has no lines of dialogue. It actually hurts to see his friendship fall apart. Don't get your skinny jeans in a twist. You don't think this will go the way he thinks of. Yeah, this actually has me feeling kind of sad. Like, that they couldn't work it out. Oh. I mean, I know that's the plot probably demands that Lamb needs to go in there and, you know. Why am I about to cry over a character in my chat named Lamb Sauce? They've conveyed something about Beefkins through his actions alone. Why the fuck is the smartest one here the one who replaced his brain with a ribeye steak? Like, I think the thing is, as far as I as the player have seen, and I have made an active effort even to go back and check on him as much as I could, we did everything we possibly could to get to him and help him as quickly as possible. And in spite of that, there was nothing that we could do. And Demi-Fiend doesn't even fucking talk, and I feel bad for him. At least there's full moon boxes in here so we can run around to the full moon before we end the stream. I'm not even sure where it'll go from here, aside from maybe back into the Amala network to see if we can talk to him again. Or to check with oh, what's his name? Fukumimi? The Prophet. You've known people like that and you're just, ugh. I'll be honest, the reason that I personally find myself often stressed out by conflict is that I'm afraid that, like, that will happen. that, like, no matter what I do, a friendship's gonna, like, fall apart no matter how much I would try to avoid it, you know? So, like, that strikes a very personal fear, I think. Just as a person, I am scared of that happening to me. You know, right? Your only hope is we get an ending where Lamb Sauce lives in a better metal place. I hope so. You've known so many people who have given themselves to a Satan cylinder. I more mean I know of a lot of, like... I feel like I have anxiety that, like, something's gonna fall apart because I couldn't be enough. Wow, this has turned into Pika rambles about anxiety hours a bit. Metaphorically, of course. I mean, metaphorically speaking, I kinda had a friend in high school who I feel similarly about, I guess. But aside from that, you know, I've been fortunate enough to not have a lot of people in my life who've done such a thing. Sapphire? Okay. At least we got vitality incense. We can increase our vitality, chat. You think it makes me more angry because you did put the effort in, you did everything you could and they couldn't recognize it, so fuck them? Yeah, I think that's what made me really sad about this friendship falling apart. Is that it's not like Demi-Fiend here didn't put in as much effort as he could have to help.
I have come again to thank you once more.
Hi, Futomimi. Could you tell me where the Satan cylinder seal took my friend?
We mannequins plan to leave the area.
Yay, good items? Yeah. We can fill the void that Lamb left in our heart with items.
Together we will find a way to live without suffering.
Thank you. I hope that you guys have a good life.
Let me prophesy your future as a token of my gratitude. A man. At Ginza, it seems that there is a man waiting for you at Ginza. Go and see him.
I hope you mean Hijiri, cause like, I could really use friendly face right now.
We must get going now. Again, thank you so much.
Forget the factions and humanity, let's just make a world where the mannequins can be happy. Oh good, please do escape, you support this. This man literally became a demon to save Lamb Sauce. Maybe get that Twitch looked at.
If you'll excuse us.
Yeah, I hope you guys are gonna be okay. Futomimi let the mannequins out. No one's here anymore. It's an empty building full of demons. And we gotta go to Ginza. At least they were clear on where we have to walk this time. With no more mannequins, where are you gonna buy items from? If you'll remember, there are 2 areas left we could potentially buy items from. There was a freaking save point right here the whole time! Oh my god. Okay, without the mannequins, I guess there is the Jack Frost back in Shibuya, and there's always Rags, who trades the gems. Damn. We can frequent Wags' shop, we can. Yeah, there's a fucking save point right here that I didn't walk down that hallway because I was so busy trying to save Lamb Sauce. And look what it got us. You're gonna tell yourself the comfortable lie that that save point wasn't there before. Totally, I didn't just miss it. No, it wasn't there, obviously. Any excuse to see Best NPC again. I'm glad you guys like Rags. Oh!
Oh man, it's you! So you made it out alright.
I was just coming here to heal. I'm really glad to see you right now because I feel like Demi-Fiend could use it.
How'd you know I was here?
Mannequin told me.
I heard what Hikawa pulled off. Didn't think he'd wipe out the mantra completely.
Oh, but he did. Fillet of fish, we need a hug. If you see lamb sauce again, you're throwing hands. Why are you the only nice person? Why is our friend here, the occult writer, just the nicest person in the world?
That nightmare system. It's deadlier than I could have imagined. But I'm not giving up yet. If Hikawa makes a move, we may just find us some clues. Maybe we can figure out where the nightmare system is. Or at least find the maiden who's running it. Unfortunately, this terminal's under Nihilo control. Meaning I can't do much digging without raising a red flag. We need to find a terminal the Nihilo doesn't know about. Oh, remember those mannequins that were enslaved by the mantra? I heard they're rebuilding the town of Asakusa.
Maybe there's a cylinder in Asakusa, Hijiri, because that seems like what will happen. This voice actor sounds familiar. He does. I don't know who he is, though. It's awful. It keeps making you up in the middle of the night.
There could be a Nihilo free terminal over there. With the mantra out of the way, the road to Asakusa might have cleared up, but not enough for me to make it safely. Maybe I can get there with this terminal.
I'll have to connect it.
Shoot, I should just ask the guy right in front of me. You, feel like going to Asakusa? If you could get there first and contact me through the Amala network, my job will be much easier.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Besides, you're plenty strong. I'm sure you'll make it in one piece. Will you do it for me?
Of course. I don't mind.
Thanks. Can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Listen, you're the only person left in the world who's nice to me. You and maybe Thor, and that's a weird thing to say. It's Gundam Tanaka from Danganronpa. Oh, I love Gundam. You actually follow his Twitch? Right now, he's literally our only friend. He really is our only friend, so like, why the hell wouldn't we help him right now?
I'll tell you everything I find out there, so let's stay in touch, alright?
Please, I've lost everyone who matters to me, Hijiri. I cannot believe
I'll be waiting then.
how sad I am about...
You should check out the tunnel in East Ikebukuro. If a rumor's true, it'll take you to Asakusa.
Okay, I was right there.
I'll keep working on this terminal, but you'll probably have better luck than me.
I'm just glad that Hijiri is still alive. Frankly. I want to revive her, Jack Frost. I kind of want to check Nyx's bar to see if Thor went there, because that would be cool. I don't know if he would, but it would be cool. And then I think we're gonna end. He's a chill dude, 12 out of 10. He's been in a ton of games like this one, but never even ever in a role of this size. Well, I'm really happy for him then. I think his voice fits it very well. After what we've been through, we need a hee-hoo. we need to chat with the hee-hoes. We need to go see if we can get a drink at Nyx's bar, frankly. Because I feel like Beefkins could use one right now. Like, you know, I will give this game some serious credit. It is not often that I feel physically upset on, not like personally because I'm really deeply connected to the character, because I don't think that I as a player am that connected to lamb sauce, but I have actually been convinced that he and Demi-Fiend actually really matter to each other. And that loss is gonna hurt like hell. Well, I guess no one's new here. The mannequins went to Asakusa, I hear. With Futomimi as their leader, the city's slowly coming back to life. But it's times like these when the unexpected occurs. I'm sure of that. Who knows what's going on with Lamb? He's probably also a fiend by now. You need a heal. You're holding out for a heal till the end of the night. Oh, come on. Oh, no. And they're here to kill me. They're summoning more Red Frosts, just like Pringles men of the eras past on this channel. Sorry. I mean, I'll give you credit. You're doing your best. Yeah. You know, for a game that doesn't have a shit ton... for a game that has its story so spread out across the map like this, I'll give it some credit. I am invested. More than I realized I was. Especially considering we named everyone so ridiculously, the fact that I am upset over this is kind of surprising. This plot has been pretty disjointed so far, but it's actually really starting to come together. Yeah, it's a remarkably real-world sad element given the paranormal setting. Because all of a sudden we have actual characters to latch onto. Yeah, like even, you know, it didn't seem like earlier that even someone like Thor would have a mini arc there, but he did. It actually feels like everyone here is growing. Sometimes not in so positive of ways. Well, I can say for sure that I am very excited to play more of this next Wednesday. And until then, I'll see you for Ace Attorney and Persona. Well, sorry for the sad ending for this one. Bye-bye. OBS. Hello. Hold on. OBS is not stopping the stream.